Now, live.
December 19th.
Hey, everybody. It's good to see you again. Our views keep going up, Somebody's watching, and my subscriptions went up, and that's good, and we appreciate that. We appreciate you spending time with our family, and we hope really and truly that we can just say something to help somebody, to encourage somebody, to help and encourage us. We're doing this for us. And if anybody else gets a benefit, then that's just the wisdom of God. It's brought to our attention some of the things that our dog is stupid.
Zeddy?
A lot of people know us and know a lot of things we've done. We ask you to not judge us by those. But, give us a chance to repent and be new people.
Yes. We've done a lot of stupid things in our past, and, they're our past, and we have to own that, but...
We've taken the greatest hit you could ever take.
But...
Can't be no worse. Come here, little fella. You can come up here and study, too.
Everybody say hello to Zaddy.
Zaddy, yes.
This is Zaddy, named after Zachary Grant.
Yep.
He's a good boy.
Yeah.
He got a lot to learn.
He's brought some happiness back into our dark world. But with that said, thank you. And keep up the good work. Like and share, subscribe. And maybe we can build a little community of people like ourselves that are just trying to get through. One lady, Shauna, contacted me. We got some real good comments I want to show you later on about what we've been studying. With that, go ahead. I'm sorry for tying it up.
No. I pre-read this before we started this broadcast tonight, and wow. Oh, it's heavy, people, so I'm hoping y'all get as much out of it as I did by reading it first. Do not be weighed down by the clutter of your life.
Interesting.
Lots of little chores do sometimes in no particular order. If you focus too much on these petty tasks, trying to get them all out of the way, you will discover they are endless. It's like starting a project and remembering you got to do this, and remember you got to do that, and you got to do this, and you got to do this, and you got to do, and you find yourself going around in a circle, doing a little bit here, a little bit there, but not accomplishing nothing.
Because you don't have a game plan.
They can eat up as much time as you devote to them. Instead of trying to do all chores at once, choose the ones that need to be done today. My dishes, of course. Anybody knows me.
That's every day.
That's every day. Let the rest slip into the background of your mind. Take care of what's important today. The rest can wait. You and God are important. God and you. Let me rephrase that. God and you are important because that relationship is first and foremost, and the rest will follow. Let the rest slip into the background of your mind, so I can be the forefront of your awareness. Remember that your ultimate goal is to live close to me. Being responsive to my initiatives. I had to ask Mike what that meant earlier. I asked him to pronounce that word for me because I couldn't do it on my own. I can communicate with you most readily when your mind is uncluttered and turned towards me. Seek my face continually throughout the day. My presence brings order to your thoughts, infusing peace into your inner being. God can bring peace in some of the roughest, hardest times of your life. Of course, at that times also, we are cussing Him blaming him, and asking him why. And we'll never get those answers because it is God's plan. The day you're born, God knows the day you're going to die. That's not easy for a lot of people to understand. And believe me, the day my first husband died, 5 months after we were married, I couldn't understand why God gave me somebody to love me unconditionally the way He did, and then take him. And then, I lost both my parents and a brother-in-law and a few other family friends since then. But I knew they were sick. But losing the son I chose to be mine, again, I questioned God. But, like I said, it was Zach's day. The day he was born, God knew the day he would die. And that is the only comfort I can find in it. And I know that Zach is with God right now, and he's looking down on all of us. Zach knows all now. There's no more lying to him from anything. There's no more hiding anything from Zach. He knows all now. He sees all. And
He still loves you, and he forgives you.
oh yes, Zach was a very forgiving soul if you let him be.
You know what's the one sin God can't forgive you of?
Not forgiving?
The one you won't admit to.
Exactly. And I know that our life is going on without that young man in our life, and it's an empty hole, and it always will be. There's no feeling that emptiness in you. I love you, Zachary Grant.
We're coming up on the 120-day mark. I don't know why I keep marking time.
You will for a while.
We heard from Google today. They're giving me some flack. They're going to give me the content of these accounts, but they won't give me access to the accounts to open a device. I'm going to try to get a court order from a judge I know. Yes, I know a judge. And not because I have charges against me. Because I had charges. That's another story. Me and Kristy still have some things we're working on. But please join me that God will enable us to get this phone open. I want to prove who gave him that shit, and I want to see him prosecuted. I know. Chrissy knows. We know who gave it to him. And that person is still at work right now tonight. Right now.
You're probably
selling the shit to somebody else. But that's another thing and another time. And I can honestly say in this that God has been with us because
He has to be.
I'd have a murder charge otherwise.
No, it wouldn't.
Well, it just wouldn't be good.
No, it wouldn't. The devil would have it over sin.
Yeah. So much to be said. On a brighter note and a quick political note, everyone needs to be looking out, maybe stocking up on water and food and toilet paper, and I hate to push that after the dumbass stuff we heard over the virus, but this is not the virus. We are fixing to see. Trump is exhausting. We know they cheated. Evidence comes out every day. Even CBS had to mainstream media finally had to admit that DNI Defense Defense coordinator, he is in charge of the defense departments. He's a coordinator over 17 defense departments. I knew about the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, and what's the rest of them, I couldn't even tell you. Good study, interesting study. But this is the bottom line. They're fixing to take military action over this. Judge John Roberts, which is stonewalling in the Supreme Court, not wanting to hear these cases and stuff. He's compromised. He's compromised in numerous ways, and they've proven it. He's compromised through China. They have pictures, all sorts of evidence. You two settle down over there. But we're going to see military action. Trump will not leave that office. He won fair and square. And they tried to steal the election. Everybody knows it. Nobody can deny it. But I don't think this thing is going to go away clean. We are at war. Our whole entire cybersecurity system has been hacked. They have had access to our nuclear arsenal. They have looked at everything that there is to look at, and they've downloaded it all, and we are still hacked. Why do they call it cyber war? We are at war. Know that. Know that Trump's not going anywhere. And know that things could get a little tight. We may lose internet. They may shut everything down we're already under Emergencies Act. Be prepared. December 19th, the focus of our message. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. Listen to this. Matthew 10:34. Those are the words of Jesus. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. Never be sympathetic with a person whose situation causes you to conclude that God is dealing harshly with him. Don't pity him. God can be more tender than we can conceive, and every once in a while, he gives us the opportunity to deal firmly with someone so that he may be viewed as the tender one. Ooh. If a person cannot go to God, it is because he has something secret which he does not intend to give up. The sin you never confess is the one you can't be forgiven of. He may admit his sin, but would no more give up that thing than he could fly under his own power. I'm so thankful God delivered me from so many of my sins. It is impossible to deal sympathetically with people like that. We must reach down deep in their lives to the root of the problem, which will cause hostility and resentment toward the message. People want the blessing of God, but they can't stand something that pierces right through the heart of the matter. The truth is a powerful, powerful tool. And I've shut down whole rooms of people with a few spoken words because it was the truth.
Yes,
you speak the truth in a room full of lies. The light comes on and the rats scatter with the roaches. If you are sensitive to God's way, your message as his servant will be merciless and insistent, cutting to the very root. Truth does that every time. Brutal honesty. Otherwise, there will be no healing. We must drive the message home so forcefully that a person cannot possibly hide, but must apply its truth. Like when Kristy told me I was fat the other day, and she called me fatso. Couldn't do anything but hang my head because, well, I'm getting fat.
You've been calling me fatso for a while, so don't even go there.
But that's cute when I say it. Deal with people where they are until they begin to realize their true need. Listen to this. Deal with people where they are until they begin to realize their true need. It ain't money. Everybody gonna hit you up for money, but they're looking for something more. Then hold high the standard of Jesus for their lives. Their response may be, we can never be that. Then drive it home when Jesus says you must. But how can we be? You can't unless you have a new spirit. See Luke 11:13. How many people out there today, has had that new spirit? How many people's had that renewing of spirit? If you haven't, you better think.
Yes.
Because you're in danger. Life ain't promised. A promise was that laid out that little tiny line up there on his dresser. He never had a clue that in minutes he'd be dead. Life is not promised. Act now. Don't put it off till tomorrow. Jesus Christ, you say, but how can Hey, settle down, you two. There must be a sense of need created before your message is of any use. The need of God, the need of Christ, the need of salvation. Thousands of people in this world profess to be happy without God. But if we could be truly happy and moral without Jesus, then why did he come? Why did he die the horrible, brutal death he died? He came because that kind of happiness and peace is only superficial. Jesus Christ came to bring a sword through every kind of peace that is not based on a personal relationship with himself. And boy, I can attest to that.
We both can, Papa.
Yeah,
We both can.
yeah. And more than that, I take it as more as when he made that statement that, the word of God divides, it rightly divides, it cuts like a sword. You're going to have enemies. You're going to make people mad. You're going to draw fire on yourself. People always talk about, oh, forgiveness, blah, 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 blah. Jesus was no, forgive me for saying this, but no pussy. He was a tough guy. He went to Jerusalem knowing he's going to die. How do you think one guy threw out thousands upon thousands of people when he threw out the money changers in the temple? On any given day in Jerusalem at the Passover, we're talking like freaking tens of thousands of people. One guy threw them out. You think he was a little, oh, blessed be, oh, blah, blah, blah. There was nothing weak about him. He was the strongest man that ever lived. Don't ever make that mistake. Don't ever think he was soft. He was not soft. He was the hardest thing ever. I invite you tonight to, if you don't have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, find him. Yell at him. Talk to him. He'll come see you. Love y'all. Take care.